detaching and isolating for strength. Kill attachment. Kill attachment. Build inner power. Attachment is the most silent killer of mental power. You don't see it at first. It feels warm. It feels like love, loyalty, hope. But beneath the surface, attachment turns your strength into chains. You wait, you chase, you compromise, you bend your standards just to keep people, places, and possibilities that were never meant to stay. And that's the first fracture in your mental armor, caring too much about things that don't care about you. Machiavelli didn't build power by clinging. He built it by watching, calculating, and detaching when the time came. And if you want to train your mind to withstand life's betrayals, you need to study this principle deeply. Never attach your peace to anything external. Not people, not outcomes, not even who you think you're supposed to be. Because the moment something controls how you feel, it controls you. And a controlled man is a weak man. You want to become dangerous? Then become emotionally independent. Master the art of showing up calm while chaos surrounds you. People will wonder why you don't react, why you don't beg, why you don't flinch. That's when you know the transformation is working. Your silence becomes unsettling. Your absence becomes loud. Your detachment becomes your dominance. Because while the world panics, you stay composed. Not because you don't feel, but because you no longer need. Control is everything. Every time you detach, you reclaim power. Every time you stop explaining, you sharpen focus. Every time you don't react, you earn respect. And every time you walk away, you remind the world you were never meant to be owned. You were meant to be observed from a distance. Understand this. Being unbothered is not coldness, it's control. And in Machiavellian warfare, control is everything. Now they'll try to guilt you. They'll say you've changed, that you don't care anymore, that you've become selfish. Let them. The truth is, you finally stop playing the role of the emotional servant. You stop bleeding for people who never noticed your wounds. You stop shrinking so others could feel taller. And now that you've decided to choose power over approval, the same people who used your kindness will try to rewrite the script. But they don't get to anymore, because you see through it now. Clear, cold, focused. You spent too long confusing attachment for loyalty, but loyalty to others means nothing if it costs you loyalty to yourself. This is the turning point. You don't need closure, you don't need applause, you need clarity and the mental distance to execute your next move in silence. This is what Machiavelli would have called the supreme discipline of rulers: to act without being seen, to feel without being enslaved, and to cut without hesitation when necessary. So train your mind to drop what weakens it, release what drains, silence what distracts. You're not in this world to please. You're here to position, and positioning begins with emotional withdrawal. You must build an internal fortress no one has the key to. And once you do, the world loses its grip on you. They can talk, leave, lie, or betray, but they will never break what they cannot access. The more you detach, the more they notice. Not because you're gone, but because you're no longer dependent on being seen. Power doesn't chase. Power disappears and lets absence do the damage. That's your new form of warfare. Subtle, cold, effective. If something inside you finally snapped, if you're ready to cut all emotional chains and walk with power alone, I want you to comment this right now. Attachment is weakness. I choose control. Say it, lock it. Let the weak scroll past, because you're here to rule from within. Isolation is where kings are forged. They'll tell you that being alone is dangerous, that isolation is a sign of failure, that distance means you're broken. But that's a lie told by those who can't stand silence. Weak minds need noise. They need people around them constantly to distract from the war inside. But you're different now. You're entering a phase most won't survive. the phase of chosen isolation, not loneliness, solitude. And in that solitude, you will build something unshakable, your mind. This is the moment where the world gets quiet and your thoughts get loud. Every fear, every insecurity, every regret will surface. It's not an attack, it's an audit. This is where Machiavelli thrived. He observed, plotted, sharpened his mind in the dark while others played in the light. Because that's what isolation gives you, a space free from illusion. You begin to see clearly who you are, what broke you, and what needs to be burned for you to rise. Most people run from this. They fill the silence with music, people, constant scrolling, anything to escape their reflection. But you're going to sit in that silence and dominate it. You'll hear your mind scream and you won't flinch. You'll hear old beliefs begging to stay alive and you'll kill them off one by one. This isn't healing, it's transformation. And transformation is never pretty. It's brutal, it's cold, but it's real. This is where you rewrite the code. You stop thinking like a servant and start thinking like a strategist. You detach from emotional noise and attach to tactical clarity. You rewire how you wake up, how you speak, how you walk into a room. You no longer chase dopamine, you chase discipline. You no longer ask why things happen, you ask how you can use them. That shift, that's your rebirth. Not soft, not spiritual, strategic. In isolation, you'll find every weakness trying to crawl back in. Old habits will whisper, past relationships will try to resurrect. Your doubts will disguise themselves as logic. But this is where you separate yourself from the 99%. You don't answer the knock. You don't reopen what broke you. You build alone. You study alone. You evolve alone. And the next time they see you, you won't be the same. When a man returns from isolation, he's either more broken or more dangerous. There is no middle. The weak come back needing validation. The powerful come back needing nothing. That's the path you're on. You're not doing this for attention. You're doing it to reclaim your edge. The world rewards those who control themselves, not those who broadcast their healing journey. Silence becomes your gym. Loneliness becomes your weapon. And when life throws fire again, you won't run. You'll walk through it with a mind trained in solitude and eyes that don't blink. That's what scares them. That you no longer need anyone to feel whole. That you no longer share your plans. That you no longer beg for understanding, because now you've tasted what true power feels like. Freedom from the world's approval. Machiavelli wrote his sharpest strategies alone. He understood that influence isn't built in crowds, it's built in the shadows, and so must you. Stop trying to fix your mind in public. Stop seeking answers from people who don't even know themselves. Go inward, go dark. Let your silence cook your next move. And when you return, don't explain, don't announce, just execute. The ones who ghosted you, doubted you, played with you, they won't know how to react because you'll come back with no emotion, no need, no dependence, just calm, brutal precision. That's what happens when you embrace isolation. You don't become a better version of your old self. You become someone they never imagined. So I'll ask you this. Are you ready to disappear from everything that distracts and reappear as everything they fear? If the answer is yes, then comment this right now. I train in silence. I return with power. Let them keep talking. You're done explaining. You're just getting started. In the shadows of solitude, kings are not born. They are forged, unyielding and unseen, ready to conquer the light.